Hey guys, welcome back to the not limitless. Welcome back to the 2017 NAIC tournament. Today I'm playing against one of the organizers, Tate Whitesell. Tate's a pretty good friend of mine. He runs PokeStats. He's been putting a lot of legwork in to making this tournament series work. A lot of props. They're going ahead and doing a 2014, I believe, Nationals, maybe Worlds tournament. I think the formats are the same anyway, so I don't think it matters. Um, but I think that's their next project. So if you've got 2014 decks that you'd like to play and go do stuff, that's, I think, the next prerogative for everyone who wants to go join. The Discord link is in the description below. That's the Discord link you guys keep seeing. So for the time being, that is where you guys want to be going and doing stuff. I know that Tate is playing LurantisBulu. Um, so what I want to be doing is setting up this Flareon as soon as possible. I don't know if Tate plays um, any answer to uh, Vespiquen, like a Karen or an Oricorio or something like that. I'm going to go ahead and take my two mulligans from Tate. So kindly given to me. Thank you, Tate. Um, if I sound a little bit gruff, I like woke up with not like a cold, but like a little bit of um, like an itch in the back of my throat. So it might be a cold, it might be nothing. We'll see. I'll probably end up taking a shower right after this and see what I'm feeling like. So Tate gets the two energies into the discard immediately. Oops, he says. Oh my God, Tate. Okay, off the bat, we've already got ourselves a mistake. Tate goes ahead and messes up the turn one rule. So we're gonna see what happens. I'm messaging Tate right now. We're gonna see what happens. I messaged him saying that I'd be fine with a reset if he wants to do it that way. Um, yeah, let's just reset. Uh, yeah, I'm just saying. Yeah, let's just reset it because the game hadn't progressed at all. I think it's fine. I don't want to take that game loss there. Apparently, Slutsky and Hunter also did it against him. That's super funny. Um, yeah, I don't mind what just happened. My hand is pretty close to identical to what it was before, so I'm not entirely like hard pressed about it. I do lose my two mulligans, which is a little bit unfortunate because my hand was kind of broken. Um, so we're gonna go ahead and pass and pass. Um, there we go. He says, uh, it's a little bit of an interesting rule. Uh, I'm just messaging him back. Sorry guys, it is an interesting rule and it's like a weird one. Something I wish PTCGO had functionality wise is that we could play old formats with like a rule set or like a custom rule set because like they have legacy implemented, but the legacy rule set is also employing the current rule set that we have with the no turn one supporter and everything. And I feel like that's fine, right? But like if the PTCGO could just code in if you queue for let's say 2017 or something. I don't know how you would want to queue for it. I don't know what the I guess consensus of how the people want to do things is, but yeah. So this hand is a little bit poopy. So my idea here is to go Lele for the N. I think I have to N. My opponent used Skyla, which doesn't really tell me anything. I cannot get rid of all of these pieces. That's all I know. I cannot get rid of all these pieces. Um, I'm gonna go ahead and put the force down for him because he's already got the first turn going. It's not like the force is gonna like saving the force will help me in the long run. Okay, I drew right back into this guy. Man, you really like me, Mr. Flareon. All three hands we've had so far, I've seen him. So we're gonna go ahead and unknown. We're gonna go ahead and unknown. This hand is really bad. I have nothing going for me actually. A Combi. And I don't know. I think I just have to sacrifice it. I actually don't know what I can do here with this hand. So no EV down, no Zorua down. Um, in this matchup, getting a Zorua plus an EV down is like super important in my opinion. Um, but looks like my opening hand is a little less than optimal. Um, so we're just kind of seeing what I can do with it. Um, on the bright side, I think I can just go ahead and Sycamore next turn, use a special charge, put the energies back. Um, just kind of give myself a turn to reset. He does look like he plays a lot of energy. I mean, you probably have to. Um, yeah. So we'll see what he's Ultra Balling for. I think the most ideal situation is just he gets a Lurantis but misses the Bulu, and then I'm big chillin'. But I think that doesn't really happen. The big thing with the tools here is, does he play the Fury Belt or does he play the Choice Band? Because in this format, that actually had a lot of leverage to the matchup. And so Flower Supply is a attack that we've come to know pretty well. The second attack Solar Blade doesn't really matter to me because it does one shot me, but that's all it does. But he doesn't get the Bulu, which is fine to me because that means Senator's going on the film. Oh, yeah, he put it on the active, so he's gonna go ahead and put him there. Now I have a little bit of a tough decision to make. I think I have to just give him this extra prize, or I'm going to swing into him and try to go for the two-shot. He does heal 30 off the attack, so I have to be cognizant of that fact. So we're going to go ahead and just play everything out of our hand because I have to. I don't really have an option in terms of what my hand is looking like. So we're going to go ahead and acro to start. Um, that's fine. So Combi, Vespiquen is how I want to do things. DCE, Zorua comes down every time. I want to revitalize this combo back right now, but I think I'd rather have the damage in there. So we're going to go ahead and instruct for one. And I think we're going to get super greedy and just get rid of our entire hand. We have the EV. We're just going to double check that I have a stretcher. I do have the stretcher. We saw it earlier. Maybe not benching the Zorua is more correct there, but I also think that I'm just going to go ahead and do this. And if my Rangaroo survives, which it should, I'll be okay. But if Rangaroo dies, then I'm in trouble. So Be Revenge comes out for 110. This also means that if my Vespiquen gets knocked out, I mean, he heals 30, so I just have to find 3 Pokemon to put in the discard, or the other choice band, and I'm kind of coasting. The EV Flareon combo might not also be necessary entirely, because, and I say that because Lurantis is a 210 HP Pokemon that requires the 3 energies to actually one-shot my Vespiquen. You can use the Chloroscythe for the 2, but once that GX attack is used, then he no longer has the Tapu Bulu GX attack, which heals him. So this entire matchup comes down to, does he have the Fury Belts or does he have the Choice Bands, in my opinion? Because he's going to trade the 2. I will probably have the knockout next turn, barring my 3 cards being completely garbage. A Bridget for 1 Lurantis. Fomantis. Interesting. My opponent is cognizant of the fact that I can use the Zoroark plus EV combination to do a dastardly amount of damage. So we're going to go ahead and stretcher. We're going to go ahead and put a Pokemon from this card. We're just going to grab Flareon. I'm not going to play any games around this. This just means I don't need as many Pokemon on the discard now. So that Revitalizer would have been nice to have right now, but it's okay. My one, and then he hits me with the bruh. Definitely a bruh moment. I can't let him. I'll give him a heart react for that one. I don't really have a follow-up attacker, sadly, given the state of things. But I will have a Zoroark if I need it. And I have 1 Combi left, which is actually a little bit of a problem. So this just means that next turn he has to Chloroscythe my Vespiquen, and the moment he Chloroscythes my Vespiquen, the board gets opened up to, the rest of the game being in my court. But that also means that if he misses a Chloroscythe, I get to take out the prize and continue to snowball this game. I am down a lot of resources. As I did mention earlier, the 2-2 Vespiquen being gone, about to be a 3rd potentially, is definitely not something that I am super looking forward to. The Zoroark will have to take a prize here. I don't know on what. Maybe the bench. Um, maybe I don't know. He has to do something. May, maybe the stretcher play was more correct to just put the three back. But then also I like lose a lot of damage. Okay, he had Karen. So my opponent does play a Karen in his deck. Um, Ironically enough, this really, really, really helps me because this really helps me just because I don't actually have the Pokemon to continue the game. So Tate using the Karen this turn or even next turn is like somewhat of a godsend to me. So thank you for the Karen, Tate. I think the use of Karen in most scenarios would be like pretty crippling to me, but giving me, I mean, sure, there's a lot of dead Pokemon going back in my deck, but giving me a Vespiquen is like really, really helpful. So I'm doing 40 damage right now. Um, the question is, can I get the one shot without expending a lot of resources? I think the answer is yes. We're gonna special charge. I know he plays Karen, so that means this. If I kill this Lurantis, the game I think is effectively over. Um, so I need to get to 11 total. I'm at 2 right now. That's the remainder. Um, we'll go ahead and grab some pieces that I don't want. I do literally have like this entire Vespiquen line deck in the deck. I don't want to eat up a bench spot in case I draw into unknowns. So we're just going to go ahead and discard. Okie dokie. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. If I do 5, 6, and then unknown 1, and then see what I get off that. That feels like the best solution, given that I pitched a Vespiquen as well. So we do it this way. We unknown the 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm still one short. So sacrificing the Vespiquen on my bench slot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So my two options here are sacrificing the Vespiquen for potentially next turn, but I'm just going to say he doesn't have knockout next turn, no matter what. Like, I'm just going to say he has Flower Scythe, or he has to Chloro Scythe for 1. I got insta-punished there, it looks like. So we're going to go ahead and... I have all 4 DC, right? I do have all 4 DC. Put it here, and we're going to go ahead and swing for 200. And now, if he Karens this turn, I don't really care, because I do have the knockout with Lele no matter what happens. I was one Pokemon short, which is a little bit sad, but um, given the fact that I think all of my Ultra Ball are now gone, that is a little unlikely that I hit the knockout. I do have my Choice Band left, and I do have another unknown in the deck. I do believe I prized 1. So the Acrobikes were actually like super, super important to what I wanted to do. But not hitting them is also fine because that means next turn if I get Karen, I do have all these pieces. So for Tate, I think he does need the Bulus. I don't know what his game plan is by not using the Bulu. Maybe it's straight Lurantis. I was told he was LurantisBulu from someone who played him earlier in the tournament. So maybe he just prized his Bulu. I'm not entirely sure. So from Tate's perspective, like I think if he can Karen plus retreat Chloroscythe, that's the best play he could make. But that's really hard to do. Lele is also a really good attacker here. So what he should be doing, I think, in my opinion, is putting the basic grass onto the Lele and building up like one beefy Lele and trying to chain Karens. If he can, right? Like if he can't, then it is what it is. But if he can do something like that, then I think the game could go back into his court. He got rid of my forest. That's both my forests gone. So this poses a little bit of a predicament, but I do feel like I will get my value where I need it because he does play Karen, and I think his out to win is still Karen. So if he doesn't Karen me, then I think I still win this. So let's see what Tate can pull off this turn. He has so many cards in his deck, and I'm betting he has a lot of resources. The choice band is valuable information, and the Karen is valuable information for games 2 and 3, because this just means I know that he probably is not playing Fighting Fury Belt, which means that 180 is the number that I need to hit on Tapu Bulu. So my choice bands have a lot more value where I get to the 13 in the discard and one-shot it with the perfect math and not play too heavily into the Karen. Uh, if I can avoid it. So Tate has a tough decision here. Does he Flower Supply and let my Vespiquen live for one more turn? Or does he use Solar Blade and heal the damage off that Pokemon, but then it wipes the board of energy. So the price of a prize card here is Tate's entire board being wiped. And now I know it's a little bit. Oh, whoa, Max Potion. I did not see that one coming. Okay. I guess Bulu, but I also don't think Lurantis decks typically play that card. But a Chlorocythe comes out as expected. He will have a turn to Flower Supply, and he will have a turn to Karen if he wants to do that now, given the state of everything. I actually can't get rid of this hand anymore. So we're going to just go ahead and smack. I'm going to take my 60 damage. This is just setting up in the case of an impending Karen. And if a Karen does happen, I will just happily pitch this hand and just continue into the next thing. In his opinion, he doesn't know what my hand is. He has seen one of my ends, two of my VS Seekers, and three Sycamores at the discard. So he doesn't really know what's in there. Oh, he went ahead and Center Lady. Interesting. Maybe he's forcing my last Sycamore out and just saying, you don't have it? He'll Flower Supply. And I believe this can go, yeah, to any Pokemon. So he's going to go one here and one bench probably. Or he's going to go both bench. Just set up two potential knockouts onto a Vespiquen on the following turn. And we're going to go ahead and discard everything I got. If I had the option to one-shot him with the what am I trying to say? I actually don't know what I'm trying to say, so we're just gonna go ahead and play it. I'm gonna burn everything here for this play. I'd like to preserve this DCE on the Lele because I believe that if in the event of a Karen, I could recover from that. So we're going ahead and just Mind Jack and take two prizes. Again, he can knock me out, but I wanted to pull either the Unknown or the VS off of my prizes because I knew they were there. I had them both in there. Yeah, I think I have a DCE left. I'm hoping. I actually don't remember. Wow, I'm like a terrible player. Uh, but sorry guys. I do have, but like my hand is as it currently stands. If he does Karen me, I can dig very deep back into my deck. I have two Acrobikes. I have an Unknown, and I have the potential for Sycamore as well. So I will be getting where I need to be getting smoothly. Um, the only issue is that do I have the DCE? If I don't, then Lele has to become my attacker, and I don't really know if I want that. So Lysander comes out. I think he's going to just chase the Flareon down. And just say you can't one-shot me and go for the Karen play. And I think he's right. Like, I actually can't one-shot him. So, I don't know about that, Chief. I would not have benched that. If I one-shot this Lurantis, the game ends. So this Fomantis doesn't actually do anything. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Is there any way to search my... I mean, I have an N. And I have a teammates. So I'm going to go ahead and just... Acro? Yeah, okay. Double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. We're going to go do this, bring this guy up, and be revenge for the knockout. So we're going into game 2. I didn't see a Bulu at a Tate, which is a little bit confusing. Because maybe he's just playing straight Lurantis then. But either way, Flareon is the card to beat for him. He wants to chase my Flareon down, and I want to use the Zoroark early possible, and then try to get to the 13 and discard with a choice band to utilize my other guy. So let's go ahead and do it this way. The hand's pretty good. Just because I already have the float stone and I can just pivot into whatever I want to pivot into. Like turn 1, I feel super fine just smacking him with a Lele because he honestly can't give me a forest. So I think if he gives me a forest, then I get a free prize. We'll just put the EV down. I don't even know if it's in the deck. So pass, pass. The pass rule is like super interesting. I don't really like me drawing the second Shaman there, because it doesn't mean I can actually do anything. So the end comes out turn 1. Slightly annoying because I played that entire turn 1 on me having the float stone, but we'll see what I can do from here. Fomantis comes into hand, so he has it for the next turn. He puts a Sycamore into the discard. Guru. We will. I'm going to give him the forest. I don't care about that part anymore. I'm going to do this for sure. That all happens, right? And we're going to Shaman for 3. Shaman is a card that actually Lurantis can knock out super easily, so like I'm a little bit apprehensive about putting that onto the bench. We're going to go ahead and do this as well. I have 3 Vespiquen and no supporter, so yikes, but I don't think there's anything I can do, and I don't want to really get rid of this energy. So if he gets the knockout, he gets the knockout. I'm not actually going to contest that. I think I just let him have it. Yeah, this is just like not a good spot for me. So he's just gonna go ahead and take the knockout. He's gonna end me again, I believe. Maybe just Sycamore. Yeah, he's just gonna Sycamore. He smells weakness. He knows he end me into crap. There's a Bulu. I don't understand why Tate's not putting it down. I would rather have this thing on the board to attack me. Nature's Wilderness is or Type of Wilderness is super good against me in the early parts of the game. So if he can kind of abuse that, then I would be in a tougher spot. But I guess I don't know. Maybe Tate has a different way he approaches this matchup. I'm going to put up the Shaman in case I hit a DCE so I can Sky Return it. Okay. So that's okay. I'm going to go ahead and do this. I'm going to go ahead and get the N. There's no N. There's no God. We're going to do this. We're going to hit teammates. I want to do the DCE for sure. But what else? I don't have a follow-up attacker, but I still do have a forest. I think 60 free damage here is pretty good. I'm just going to take 60 free damage, go into the Lele, and tell my opponent, hey, my hand's not great, but I did just use teammates. I probably grabbed the follow-up supporter for next turn. And I have an 8-card hand, which you know that 2 of the cards are DCE and Choice Band. You don't know what I grabbed off the teammates, because I did have the energy down last turn. So, what are you going to do about it, is what I'm going to ask my opponent here. And Tate, I think, ideally, goes for the N. 2 Vespiquen, an N, and a Sycamore God. I think my boy Tate is gearing up for a big a big flower supply turn coming up here. If I get the Flareon, then I'm swinging for... I'm not swinging for that much, all things considered. So maybe it just becomes a Lele smack, but then this flower supply actually hurts a lot. So if he can get the Chloriscythe off the next turn, I kind of just die. Not the Chloriscythe. Oh, damn, what's the other attack? Oh, that I literally just talked about earlier. But that one, whatever the middle one is. This is a tough spot for me. Solar Blade, sorry, yeah. So Lurantis is super good against like the Garb decks, I think, because you have so much time. And okay, so my bait has successfully worked. My bait has worked. We are cooking, ladies and gentlemen. Time to play the game. Finally. Like, oh, thank God. Like, I was hard baiting my hand. And I think if you're Tate, you actually can't, like, just let that happen, given what's going on. So 70. So this Lele dies if I don't move it. That's really scary. I think Tate is feeling scared to bench the Bulu, because that means that I can one-shot Lurantis off of Flareon plus Zoroark. So let's go ahead and do this. Let's do this. I'm going to Acro first. I think my hope is to hit the Floatstone and make a big, like a hero play this turn. Because I'd rather give up the Lele than go in with the Zoroark that just dies to nothing. Or maybe I go in with the Zoroark anyway, get one shot, and I'll just do Zoroark. That feels like the safer play. I don't think I can be super greedy and make like a hero play here. I want to make a hero play where like I get like the absolute nuts, and just kind of go ham. We're gonna take this over this. We're gonna take this over this. So I like would not have gotten the hero play whatsoever, but it is reassuring to know that I did hit a second EV, so I can play how I want to on that. I did hit the Flareon, so I can stand in, and I have a Revitalizer in hand. So I can kind of do what I want to do here, and I have a Via Seeker for teammates next turn. In the event that my girl Karen hits the board. If Karen doesn't hit the board, then I'm just gonna, or if she does hit the board, I just Sycamore, I think, everything. Like the Revitalizer becomes a dead card in my hand. I just make, put the Kobe down, pitch my hand, call it a day. The scariest thing for Tate is he can't Karen before, he has to Karen before he knocks out my Flareon. Because if he does it in reverse order, then I get the Flareon back. And the EV being on the board just means that that's a piece that he can't play around for the rest of the game. This is going to be what ends my game. I'm pretty confident. Like, that card is going to be what, like, that prize will be what ends my game. The 1-2 Lurantis punch will be what I do early, and then that Tapu Lele will be the 110 damage that I need to do to end the game. So that's what I have to play for. That's what I'm looking at doing. The question is, will my DCE count support me on it? I think I'll be okay, because I think this is a pretty free knockout if I just hit the energy. So I don't know if I want to keep, so like in my opinion, we're going to go ahead and Ultra Ball to start the turn. Because I can just teammates if I need to, right? So we're going to Ultra Ball. We're going to look through our deck. Unknown seems like a pretty good pick here. I'm going to pitch these two. I don't really think Revitalizing is good. I have 3 DCE. I don't have another special charge. I think both are in discard. Maybe just one. Okay. So I have one of my prize cards. So this means that I'm fine putting the damage in there, but does the damage actually really matter? So I think I'm just going to Unknown first. See if I had a follow-up supporter. If I do that, then Teammates just becomes the best supporter to use. Oof. Wait, what? I literally just checked. That shouldn't have been in there. Okay. Whatever. I'm blind. That's a given fact. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I don't need all that. I'm just going to pull this out. I'm just going to play it safe. I'm going to go Oranguru for 2. I'm pretty sure. Because all I want to do is hit a follow-up supporter here, and if I can teammates. But I didn't, so we're going to go ahead and just Sycamore. 21 cards in deck, 4 energy. Odds are pretty high we hit one. Yeah, there it is. I'm going to Floatstone the Guru. Put this here. The acros and pieces we want to save in the event that a Karen actually happens. Still pretty high odds it does happen. So we go ahead and we have the one shot on the Lurantis without doing anything right now. I'm gonna go in this order. Okay, the unknowns are like the key things I want to get out of my prizes because I think those are just like really, really, really good. Welder is like what Welder? What am I saying? Karen here is like good for Tate, but what does it really accomplish? If he Karens me, he's giving me a free attack. He has to go Karen Flower Supply, bench a Bulu, do something with all that. And I think both of us are eyeing each other's Lele's as the end game target to close out this game. I have my choice band still, both choice bands, which is really, really good. So next turn, if he does that, I can also get another DC on the board, providing a second threat. Not entirely sure what the game plan here is. Maybe just a swing for 80, force me to attack into him, Karen, or Karen here, swing for 80 and say get to 110 again, buddy, which I'm also okay with. I think, given the state of my hand. I can't play any of the unknowns, which is actually a little bit depressing. So maybe benching the second EV might not have been super, super correct. But Kukui, I've been bamboozled. Okay, so Kukui hits the board. That means he's going to get the one shot with the Lele. This, ironically, saves me the trouble of finding this knockout later in the game. The board has not progressed. We're back at the exact same spot we were last turn. This. Is it worth grabbing a teammates? Can I get knocked out this upcoming turn is the real question. I think also leaving the unknown there was probably more correct than putting it back into my discard. And I think the answer is no. I don't think I can get knocked out by anything. Let's assume he Kukuis me once again. What happens then? 60 damage with Flower Supply, 70 damage with Chloroscythe, 90 damage with Chloroscythe. Sunny day. So maybe as just an insurance policy, I go ahead teammates. In case he goes blower, I guess grab my tools. Get these two. Just evolve up this guy. And be revenge. In that instance, I also should have split the choice band. But I didn't think I'd be making that play to start. Never punished, got the other choice band. So now Chloroscythe plus Kukui does kill. But if he goes Chloroscythe plus Kukui, I have the game anyway. If he goes Flower Supply plus N, I have the game anyway. If he goes Lysander, I have the game. If he goes N, I have the game. If he goes Karen, I gotta dig. But I should be okay. No bench spot, again, kind of an issue. But what do we need to get to? We have 100 on board. I need to add 6 Pokemon to discard. I've got 1 in hand. Okay, so 6 Pokemon. Chat, can we do it? I'm not even streaming. Why did I say chat? So 6 Pokemon is all we need to get to. Bang. Bang. We'll start that. We're going to Acro to start. Sure. 1. 2. That'll make 3. I can't play any of these, which kind of blows right now. So we're just going to take our free damage. I want this Vespiquen to die. So we're going to just heal for 160. Not having the bench spot hurts, but having the EV down is super important in my opinion in case of a Lysander play. I think the only mistake was just this guy, because I actually have not gotten below a 3-card hand once. Maybe one time this entire game. So I think actually benching a Rangaroo was kind of a mistake, because I overestimated what Tate's deck can do. But it's not actually like doing anything. Like he's not able to do all these multiple supporters in one turn that actually can potentially hurt me. Like if he ends me, I can kill. If he doesn't Karen me in positions like this, I can kill. If he doesn't have the Lysander to kill the Flareon, I can kill. But if he's not Junipering, he's not setting up. So I think Tate has actually played this entire matchup wrong. I think Tate should have gone in with a Bulu a lot earlier because Tapu Wilderness GX is really good. Given the fact that he has Karen, he can if I don't one shot him, he can always Tapu Wilderness Karen me in the same turn, and all of a sudden I'm in a really bad spot. But if I know that exists, then I don't know why I'd ever not go for the one shot. Maybe I just like smack him with like a Sky Return and make him use the Tapu Wilderness, like Sky Return into like an Oranguru or Sky Return into like an unknown. So I think Tate has to retreat, has to evolve to the Lurantis, and has to Karen me. Like all three of these things need to happen, and I think he needs the blower. If he has checked my discard, which I think Tate should be doing, all 4 Vespiquen are gone, 3 of my 4 Sycamore are gone, 3 of my 4 Ultra Balls are gone. I am pretty much gassed on resources. I don't have anything left in the tank. Ironically enough, I do have game in hand if he does retreat. Because, oh no, I don't have game. I'm 1 energy short. I thought I had, well, no, I guess Vespiquen just kills. Anyway, the bench Vespiquen will just kill if a TV retreats. I was thinking that I could kill him with a Lele. I tunnel visioned a little bit there, but that is what it is. Yeah. But I think I have this game on lock. I think his best bet is to N. N, wait, no, N retreat doesn't even help. That's fine. Karen evolve? He's Leleing, so that indicates he doesn't have a follow-up supporter. If he plays 2 Karen, I'm just going to leave, to be completely honest. I think he's just thinning, maybe. Maybe he has to find the Lurantis this turn. He's ending himself to 3. He's putting it all on the line on this end. My 2 cards suck. So if he kills me here, I'm not in a great spot. Leafage kills me. That's pretty funny. I will wipe his board of energies, however. I think it's worth just taking for the Lysander and going for the game, so I'm going to go ahead and do it. And a hit, a swing, and a miss. All my DCE are showing. I will lose this game if he gets an energy. Tate wins this game if he gets an energy, and that's 100% facts in my opinion, because he can just Chlorocythe for 90, knock out my only attacker, and I'm left completely barren. Sorry, he needs to hit a blower as well, because I can actually win off the forest play, so he does need to blower the forest, he does need to blower the floatstone. But if he Chlorocytes me here, then I'm in a really bad spot. He can 50, 80. Yeah, he could one-shot my Tapu Lele as well with Chlorocythe if he has Lysander Energy. If he has Lysander Energy, then I 100% just lost, like right here. But this game is like come down to the wire, just with a couple of crucial missteps on not my part, but like a couple of small things that I missed, and I think Tate picked up on. Like I didn't think the leafage would kill me. I thought he'd have to use like synthesis or something that turn, so I like got a little bit hubris on my end. Hubris? Yeah, hubris. So right now it's gonna see Does he have the Lysander? Does he have the energy? Can he win the game? Does he see it? I think Tate sees the play. We're going to a game 3, it looks like, gentlemen. And it looks like a sad face on my end. And it looks like I got to play one more, ladies and gentlemen, into the Karen LurantisBulu matchup. So I'll hit him with a challenge. Looks like I've got a game on my hands. Okay. So important to note that secondary Lurantis is actually kind of a problem. It did make a lot of the numbers bad for me. Um, for example, had I just retreated the Vespiquen, oh, uh, first bliss. Okay. This hand is atrocious. Oh my god. Um. Oh my god. Okay. What can we do about this one? So we get 2 draws. So pass, pass. Lele. Thank God. Thank God. Oh my god. Thank God. Um. Unknown. Lele. Search. And back here and okay. This is fine. This is way finer than what I had before. Acro, combi, pass. Acroing there is I could acro, but there's nothing I'm really looking for this turn. I've already supported. I have a follow-up Pokemon to promote. I can also promote the Lele in the instance that he doesn't, one-shot me. Um, this turn with like a forest play. Given if he does play a forest down, then I have my own combi play I can make. If he doesn't blow his own forest away. Um, so I'm in a pretty good spot board wise. No EV, that's fine. No EV is fine. Um, I think it's a little bit greedy to ask for if I wanted to get everything off at once. But yeah, let's see what Tate can do this turn. Um, sorry. I think he's gonna go ahead and just bridge it. Like I think Bridget's probably his best play, right? Like turn 1 or like just Sycamore. If he bridges, then he would grab Lurantis or like Fomantis Bulu or Fomantis Bulu Bulu. In which case, then I go digging for the Zoruas. Hmm. I don't know what Tate will end up doing here. I am curious to see what the supporter of choice is. Hmm. So I think he's just going to Sycamore. So maybe he just goes for the all-in play to kind of get the one-shot this turn. Choice band. Okay, he had a lot of playable cards, so I guess the decision was pretty easy. And he puts the 2 energy into the discard so he can get the flower supply off. So a pretty ideal turn 1 flower supply if he can pull it off. The question is, can he pull it off? Um, I don't know how many forests he played. I think I saw 1 to 2 so far. So he looks like he whiffed. Okay. And that's fine with me. So we're going to go ahead and acro to start turn. That's a pretty good top deck. Or draw, I guess. We're going to unknown. I have 2 cards to hit something reasonable. Lysander. Spicy. Can't kill anything yet. Do it again. N. Ooh, it's not really what I want to do, but I think given the circumstances, I'm fine just doing it. I did hit an Eevee. I did hit a Vespiquen. 3 Pokemon in discard, so nothing to write home about. Nothing at all to write home about. We're going to go ahead and bench that. I haven't taken a look inside my deck yet. I would like to Ultra Ball. I don't think it provides me anything this turn. So we're going to go ahead and just retreat into this and get a free 70 damage in. The only thing I would have Ultra Balled for here is the Zorua, but given the nature of my hand and the fact that I could just grab a Flareon next turn, that's all I really care about. And if it's prized, then I go for a different route of play. So he's loading up that bench and an N. So my hand was pretty good. A little sad to see getting End away. Okay, we get an Ultra Ball. We get a card we can get rid of. We don't really need it. Lurantis hits the board. 4 energy into my opponent's discard. So Tate's setting up pretty nicely. He also gets a free 70 damage into me. And the thing is, can I punish him with a knockout this turn? If I get the Flareon up and running, I'm in a super, super good spot. If it's prized, things are going to get shaky. Acro. Special charge. We're going to retreat this guy anyway. I'd like to make that play. Ultra Ball. We're going to 100% Sycamore, so we're just going to not have to go through the VSC promotions. Super nice. Hell yeah. Cannot complain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm just doing that because I'm going to go ahead and Sycamore this turn. So we're going to do this. Bang, 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 bang. Oh boy. I need these to be 2 Pokemon. Or 1 to be Pokemon. Okay. Thank God. That was really scary. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We have 2 VS you can discard. So I'm okay doing this. Getting myself... Uh-oh. Okay, so I'm definitely short on Vespiquens this game. That's important to note. I do have 2 prized. So we're going to go and grab our friend, Zorua. I don't think it's a cause for panic yet. I think I can hold everything. 2 being prized means I can pull 1, and I have a stretcher in deck. So it's not the biggest of deals. Probably still put this here as a threat. That'd be revenge. Eevee and Acrobike. So not the prizes I'm looking for. 2 of my 4 prizes are now Vespiquens. So the next prize, or the next thing I want to do is get that stretcher probably. If he kills me, I probably go teammates for stretcher. I don't think he kills me though. We're back to a similar situation as last game, where I have to hold my resources in case of Karen. V-Seeker for the N. So Tate's definitely prioritizing just setting up his board, it looks like. Ooh. This hand is not good. I think he's just going to Chloroscythe me. And I don't think I have an answer. What is his hand? Okay, boys, this is a little bit scary. I don't really know what I can do with this hand. Acro to start. Oh. Instantly punished. Instantly punished. Okay. Okay, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna make a weird line of play because I instantly just punished myself and lost the stretcher. Um, we're just gonna get the Lele and Sycamore. That was a instant punish, guys. Like that was a like 10 out of 10. I knew immediately when I promoted the wrong Pokemon what I did, and it instantly bit me in the rear end. So luckily for me, I'm not getting super punished on this, and I have the means to an end here. We'll just Mind Jack for 200, meaning that next turn a DCE will get me the knockout, and I pull 2 prizes, so hopefully a Vespiquen in there. But oh, that was a bad misplay, guys. Like that was a bad mispromote. That was a like I do before I think play, and then as soon as I like, oh, okay. Oof, that was bad, guys. Okay. So Tate has decided that his bench no longer matters. I don't think if I'm Tate, I'm ever carrying me again this game. Yeah. 3, 2, 1. So he's just gonna heal here. Yes, do the healy attack, sir. Um, Lele knockout is 100% my play. I don't think there's any reason not to do that. VS Seeker teammates, bang, bang. There's no 2 better cards. I am running low on energy. Let's put them all back in. This is gonna be weird, but I'm doing this. Whilst doing this, I'm just getting rid of as many cards as I can before the potential Karen or N comes through. And I get 2 more cards off the prize cards. So hopefully, fingers crossed, I get a Vespiquen. That's 1. There we go. That's all I wanted. Thank you. Thank you. That's both. You're the best. You're the best. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. If my opponent um, does not Karen me this turn, so if Tate doesn't Karen me, then I can go for the Vespiquen play. Um, very strange. The choice band does actually kind of matter, so I think that was a better thing to get rid of than the forest. The forest definitely helps him um, still, so. Looks like I think Tate's game plan here is to dig for the Karen, maybe? I don't know. The deck doesn't have that much dig, so I'm very interested to see what his like line of play is here. Um, hmm. Just an end. He's just gonna end me and say, please don't hit the Vespiquen. But we know that we just grabbed 2 out of the prizes. So, and I think if you're Tate, you already have ascertained that I did prize 2, considering that I didn't get it or like I just didn't have it. So we're gonna go ahead and do this. And that is the game. GG, well played. And I get the knockout. I take the game. That one wasn't as close, but there was some times that it got a little bit shaky. So well played by Tate. I don't know his exact list, so it was a little bit peculiar on my end. But thank you guys for watching. I have one more round to see if I can make top cut. I think the odds are super low, but I will try my best. Let me know if you want to see me play the 2014 tournament in the comments. If there's enough interest, I'll sign up for it. If not, then I don't really have a preference because 2014 was the year that I personally took my break from the competitive game to focus on my last year of high school and finish my IB diploma. So that being said, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it a ton, and see you tomorrow.